Hey YouTube. So I quite like cheap guitars. You see, I go through quite a lot of them. I kind of buy them, do them up, and sell them. But see, sometimes they're just like you get a wee bit of inspiration from them. This is a jaxville, which I've had one of these before. I had one with like skulls and stuff on it. I stuck humbuckers in it and sold it. These can be picked up for absolutely nothing. Um, I don't know. You still see them new on eBay. Actually, they're not actually that cheap, but that really it is cheap. You know what I mean? Whether it's cheap to actually buy, it's cheap to build. I mean, it's as crap as a guitar can be, really. Um, there's the frets on this were absolutely shocking. I bought this on eBay last week. It's one of those ones you see it. I think I paid. I should be telling you. Yeah, I think it was £16.20 was the opening bid on eBay, and it was pick up only in Falkirk, which is a 20 minutes drive away. And I knew that, if I just bid on it, I would just win it. So I did. So this is obviously, I think it belonged to the. I didn't actually see the girl who played it. It was her daughter. She just said, "Here you go." So I got it. So yeah, it's basically a Strat. Here, there's something different. It kind of looks. I think a Strat maybe comes out to here, sort of thing. So it's a wee bit sort of cut off. It's got like a condemned to rock sort of punk barbed wire graphic thing on it, which is fine. The neck is pink, so I'm gonna have to use this neck. I would rather not paint necks. I don't mind painting bodies just to make the Buckfast guitars and stuff like that. But the neck's pink, so I think I'll probably put this on my own psychedelic Stratocaster that I use for going to download, basically. The frets on it were terrible. I mean, some of them were talking about a slightly high frets. Some of these frets were miles higher, like about 6 of them were just away out here. I mean, it really was ridiculously unplayable, this guitar. I learnt a bit because it was so cheap and junky. I did it really quickly, and I do have like proper sort of guitar-y type files, which are pretty good for that. But I mean, this one was so bad. I was straight out with this B&Q massive file, and just cut it down, leveled it, and it plays all right. What was I going to say? One thing though is that one of the fret markers has actually fallen out. So it just goes to show you that the wee pearl dots you get in cheap guitars, it is like, it's not a sticker, it's a good 2mm deep wee pearloid thing. There's not really much else to say about a guitar like this. The tuners aren't actually it's the good kind. And the neck actually feels really good. I think the painted neck gives you that glossy feel, although it does have the lacquer's chipped off. Got a few bits down the edge of the fingerboard, which is a bit rough. You can feel it, but whatever. So just figured I'd do a video of this before I chopped it up and used it for something else. I don't know what it'll be. I'd imagine I'll probably be painting the body to something else. I don't really know much else about it. I've not touched the wiring. I would normally stick. I was thinking, it's like you get your Hello Kitty guitars that people always go mental for. That originally I think were about 150 quid, and now they're hundreds of pounds. And people I'll put a Seymour Duncan Invader in it, and locking tuners. And why not start off with something really crap? Why not start with this instead of a Hello Kitty guitar and put. I mean, this is obviously one of the ones I was thinking of putting 6 Strat pickups in it or something stupid just for that idea, but it's not. It's just not worth doing. It's like if I did that, by the time I'd spent hours at it and stuff like that, it's only going to be worth 50 quid. So it's like I can't be bothered doing that. So I was feeling a wee bit inspired by the guy who does GHS pedals videos. You just watch them; they're good. He owns a company. I'm not really that into pedals, but I like the guy. I find that quite a lot with YouTube videos. The subject matter is half of what I enjoy watching. So it's like if it's about guitars, great, whatever. But sometimes it's just that whoever it is it's presenting. If you just like the guy that's doing it or the girl that's doing it, you just end up watching it. I'm just now working through some really bizarre stuff. There's a guy, Jurgen something, who's got a channel called the Slingshot Channel, and he makes like crossbows and like bobos. It's like, and it's really entertaining. The guy, he's a big sort of muscly German guy, and he goes ha 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 ha. Let me show you the features. So I should probably have done that. Let me show you the features. Which for me is entertaining enough. So the last couple of weeks I've watched about 50 of his videos. It's great fun. But I digress. So what I was saying about the GHS pedal guys, even though I'm not really that into pedals, I like the guy, and he's like, he plays, I don't know, what would you call it? Is it stoner rock or something like that, or alternative rock music? I never really get into. What was about in America when we had like Oasis and Blur and all that, which I hated anyways. I was just listening to Black Sabbath, but that kind of, not Nirvana, but more arty than that kind of stuff. So he's always kind of slow picking and that. So I'm kind of asking about earlier on the 3 chords. So I'm just using my usual Laney VC15 to do that bigger cabinet, and I might even go for some pedals. So it's got a really, well, that was with the tone down of it. So there's your bridge pickup. Then you get the position 2. Middle position, never use it. Position 4. Oh, tremolo's even working. Pick up. And I never even bothered changing the strings on this guitar. All I did was take the strings off. I didn't take them out, I just took them off. Worked on the fretboards, adjusted the truss rod to bring it back because the action was about 1.5 inches on it. But I think part of that might have been to do with the really high frets. So if you've got like really high action, you don't notice, it doesn't buzz the same way. It's an absolute bitch to play. But so I noticed that quite a lot when you go, oh, the truss rod just needs adjusted, so adjust the truss rod, or you pull you pull the saddles down to get the action lower, and then you realise why someone has put the action high, because it buzzes all the way up the neck. So this one's not too bad for buzzing. It's hardly. But I mean, it's like, it really just shows you can pick up a guitar, and I think this is sounding pretty much like a Strat. Sounds alright. So I mean, one of these set up well. I'm not saying this is set up well, it's just set up better than it was. I didn't even bother polishing frets or crowning them. I just flattened them to make it play. So it's a wee bit scratchy when you bend them, if I find one of the ones I've been working on. So, look at that one, there's a wee bit scratchy. Right. Nothing. By the time I'm using my Yamaha flanger there, does it really matter what kind of guitar it is you're plugged into if you're using this sort of sound? Try different pickups. fast. Postman's coming.